Extraterrestrial beings exist, and maybe even for longer than we have. But many find that a very hard truth to accept. But in today's video, we'll be sharing with you the craziest alien encounter stories that will make you question everything you believe about aliens. One of the confessions is from a retired Marine, so you know it's not just folktales. Strap your seatbelts. This is going to be one hell of a space ride. Leah. We begin our stories today with Leah, a victim of alien abductions, who remembers having her first encounter as a child. She remembers seeing a disc-like object, which would later be identified as a spaceship hovering over their apartment complex. She immediately ran to report her findings to her parents, and they dismissed it as the ramblings of a child. But Leah continued to see these strange objects and creatures well into adulthood. In one of her encounters, Leah floated out of her house and into the spaceship. The aliens then handed her a crossbreed between a human and an alien and forced her to breastfeed the child. She had such strong emotional connections with the child. Emotions so intense she thought the baby was hers. Leah says to her doubters that she has no reason to make up abduction stories. And while the rest of the world think all she's saying is cock and bull, people who have been abducted share a similar narrative that it's hard to ignore. She also explained that aliens implanted a small marble-like object into her nose, and she has the scars to show for it. Paula, a 50-year-old woman who has been having alien encounters since she was 6, corroborated Leah's story, bearing similar marks to show for the implant. Paula also claimed that before touchscreen devices became mainstream on Earth, she already saw it and other new technologies when the aliens took her on the spaceship. Where did these two women get similar marks to match their story from? How did Paula know touchscreens were going to be a thing before they were on Earth? Audrey and Debbie. Audrey and Debbie are twins who have been in contact with aliens since they were 5 years old. Talk about beginning early. The memory of the first encounter is marked by a bright blue light coming into their room, with doors opening of their own accord. The blue light announced the presence of two figures who, according to their descriptions, were bald, wore black capes, and had black eyes. This matches the description of an alien species identified by the alien support community as the Greys, due to their gray, lifeless skin. The twins have recollections of being abducted on spaceships. They can't recollect how exactly they got there and the events that happened on the ship. But one vivid memory that stands out for the twins is being treated to a view of the globe, just like you'd see in the movies. Except this time, it was real life. Terrell Copeland. It may be so easy to dismiss the encounters of the twins and Leah by summoning it up to childhood dreams and fantasies. But Terrell Copeland, a former U.S. Marine story, may convince you. Terrell sighted an alien while he was in the middle of a phone call. He wasn't sleepy or preparing to go to bed. We all know how alert Marines are. He certainly wasn't drowsy. His first encounter was with orbs of light, just like the twins, one being blindingly white and the other directly across the street, 300 feet above and changing into colors Copeland had never seen before. Copeland, who never believed in the existence of aliens, summed up his encounter as just him seeing things. But just a few days later, he got a strange visit from someone whom he had never met. As a former Marine, he tried to defend himself from the invader, but he couldn't even when he tried to. He was completely paralyzed and could only move his eyes. That was only the beginning of Copeland's encounters with aliens. Many nights he couldn't sleep because extraterrestrial beings would come and take him away. This may sound like something from a sci-fi movie, but Copeland kept logs of these visits. He remembers meeting a female alien who he described as having black eyes and an elongated skull, a description which matches what Audrey and Debbie saw. Why would a retired Marine make up stories about aliens, knowing fully well that it would make him look weak and unintelligent? Well, maybe because he isn't making them up at all. Betty and Barney Hill. It is extremely easy to poke holes in encounter stories like Copeland's and the twins, and sum it up to fantasies and daydreams gone wild because of repeatedly mentioned memory lapses. But this couple on a road trip have a comprehensive recollection of their time with aliens. And trust me, you can't make this up. Betty and Barney Hill were going on a road trip in the 60s in New Hampshire when they noticed a strange light had been following them. Barney, a World War II veteran, remembers staring into the alien eyes with his binoculars and completely dismissing the possibility of these creatures being aliens. But when he lost control of his bodily movements, which is similar to Copeland's experience, he knew instantly that something was terribly wrong. By the time he could go alert his wife in the car after taking the binoculars out to check out what was going on, loud rhythmic beeps from the car trunk would throw them into an unconscious state. The couple woke up with no recollection of the events of the past few hours. Following months of living in anxiety, constant nightmares, and strange illnesses, the couple sought help to recollect the memories of that evening. Thanks to medical hypnosis, the couple were able to account for their suppressed memories. And yes, they had truly been abducted by aliens. Gray beings with large black eyes, the exact same description as both Copeland and the twins, by the way, had stopped them and walked them into a metallic disc. This was the strange light they had noticed following them, which was in fact a spaceship. They remember being separated while on the spacecraft and being taken into medical rooms with large lights from the ceiling, where they were stripped naked, their hair strands plucked, their nails clipped, and their skin scraped. They also recall being prodded with long wires and needles. Betty remembered seeing a star map, which she redrew perfectly while under hypnosis. A real constellation which cannot be seen from Earth with human eyes. They would come under heavy criticism after a newspaper reported their abduction, with many claiming it was a myth and an imagination gone wild. But the couple has stood by their encounter all these years. If that didn't spook you, it definitely did me. Their story is also backed up by the psychiatrist who conducted the hypnosis on them, who said that there is absolutely no way the couple was lying or making the story up. Many people find it extremely hard to believe these crazy alien encounter stories, and reasonably so. But you cannot deny that way too many experiences and abduction stories can't just be wild imaginations and myths. To what gain would these people want to make themselves the objects of skeptics and critics? Absolutely none. So, there you have it, guys. Crazy alien encounter stories that'll make you a believer in aliens. We've come to the end of today's video. If you enjoyed watching this video, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up. I always love to hear from you. So be sure to drop a comment in the comments section below. Share this video with someone who needs to believe. If you haven't already subscribed to this channel, be sure to do so and turn on the notifications bell, so you'll never miss out on another video. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in my next video.